Okay, good day to everyone. For today, I'm showing for our project with the Hackathon 2024. I will start to introducing our team and for the table of contents. So we will see the introduction, we will see the tools that we will implement, we'll see some of the benefits that allow us to use this tool, and a short demo. So for the introduction, I want to introduce our team members. In my name, Michael Orson, and it's following with Miguel Rubide, Jose Arturo, and Andres Sanchez. And for our project, we choose a tool for a language will be Java as the main language, Gradle as the dependency manager, and integration with Selenium. That will be a really nice tool that allow us to stabilize the Selenium test based. Also, we will use a Docker is a container platform that allow us to keep some backend that we will need in order to use Selenium web. So we can see the tools here. We're using Serenity BDD. Serenity BDD is an open source library that allows us to write automated acceptance tests and end-to-end tests with higher quality and faster. We have a few features around here, so we are not going deeper with this team. And as we can see, we will use Selenium. That will be also a framework that is based with Java and also works with Selenium and is able to use Selenium and different languages, as we can see Java, Python, JavaScript, and C#. Selenium mainly acts as a client between the automation and the browser itself. We are using also the tool Docker that allows to containerize the services that were required for Selenium backend. We have an API that generates the selectors, and we have the PostgreSQL database as a storage for all these elements that we are managing within our automation. So how it mainly works, our Serenity test will execute successfully at the first time. The second time that will be executing will have the elements changed and will be shown as follow. So in the meantime, the elements in the test already passed. So what I'm going to do is showing you directly how is the self-healing properties working for a matter of time. So I will start with the execution directly with Jenkins. So we have our CI pipeline here, so we can go just and execute the build. Okay, so the changes already made. We have our own website here, and as you can see, we have the total control of the HTML. I did already the changes within the website. For instance, in the cardholder field, we'll look for an element with an ID, and the second one will be the discount that is looking for an ID as well. So as you can see, the form is filling up properly, and the element that changed is bordering with a red color. The rest of the elements are working normally, and as you can see, once it's finished, we'll start to build their generated reports. And for the reports, we can go just here and let's see. And now we have the report the report directly. So as we can see, we have the failed locator that failed. It was by ID, and the ID was looking for what the car test. So if we go right directly to the user interfaces for the car holder, we were looking for the ID attribute of this element, and in the name was car test. It wasn't found. So we see that the fail locator was the ID car test, and the heal locator is by CSS selector. As we can see, it's a CSS selector, it's distributed, and as we can see, the score is the 85%. As the second place, we have the second element that changed was also by ID the discount code, and as we can see, also is choosing us for the CSS selector with a score of 85% as well. Once we have this information, we can go directly to the user interfaces, and we will select just the selector like this. Once we select it, we just right click it and we click the healing results, and this is the Selenium plugin This one will allow us to connect to the database and extract the generated selectors that worked. As we can see here, we have the 86% is the higher one, and we can see is by CSS selectors. We just click it and we'll just rewrite it in the code, and now I just need to change by CSS selector. The second one that it changed was the discount code. It was by ID, and also the self locator hilt is CSS selector. So we can go ahead here, and the discount code, we just choose the selector, right click it, healing results, and we have a 75%. It's not so accurate. And the second one is also by a CSS selector, so we can just choose it and we can run it with CSS. Okay, let's see, CSS selector is done already, so we can just go ahead onto our Jenkins and we can build the pylon one more time. So we will execute it and we will see what happens. We are expecting to not have any healing because we already made the changes to see the self-healing capabilities working. So we can just wait a bit till the pipeline executed, and we will see how this self-healing capability will allow us to stabilize our test. And for sites that requires a lot of different changes to the user interface, so as we can see here, that it will be the same locators, okay, because it's looking at the same locators, but it wasn't pushed. Now if we have the execution here locally, the code was changed already, so I didn't do any push to the code, so that's why the pipeline didn't make the self-healing. So now I'm executing it locally because I did the changes locally, and with the changes now we can see how the framework is working locally, and the reports as well. So as you can see here now, with the changes done, the call holder is not bothered by red color, and also the discount worked completely. So as we can see now, the running test keeps working here and is creating us the reports. So we can go ahead to the reports one more time. Let's see. Okay, and we have the same selectors done. Just take a look and see. Yeah, this one. We have the same reports. Okay, so once we have it, the report is ready, and we can just see which of the elements were made. Also, for the repo, the Serenity repo here, we can go and have one test, and the user registration was successfully done with no any changes, because the changes were made already. So as you can see, the report is filling up all the fields with no self-healing capabilities, because already the changes were made within the project. So yeah, this will be our test, and if we need like more information, we would like to have a short meeting with you guys, and we can go on for a deeper explanation. Thank you so much for your time, and we are looking forward for having the results. Bye bye.